Hey, what's good? I'm Nadja and welcome to my first video. The video was inspired by Ashley Gauthier here on YouTube. She's an EDM and festival content creator, and a couple days ago she posted about her 2019 festival recap, the Bass Nectar events that she went to, and just her plans for 2020. And I thought that was a great idea for a video, so I'm going to reminisce and on like all the highlights basically of my 2019 festival season, because I hit, I think, 4 of them or 5 of them. So yeah. So my first festival to kick off the season was Rolling Loud Miami in May. So Rolling Loud started in Miami, but it also tours like the Bay Area, LA, New York. But if you don't know what Rolling Loud is a hip-hop music festival. So like us bass heads and dubstep lovers and things have festivals all over the country. And then there's Faster Horses for like the country lovers, and then Rolling Loud, which is all hip-hop. I think there might be a couple of R&B singers that wind up there, but mainly rappers. So it was just a ratchet weekend. There were a lot of headliners that I was really excited to see. I saw Migos, I saw Cardi B. They played on the same day, so what more could you ask for? Saw Travis Scott, who was 2.5 hours late. I saw Lil Pump, I saw Megan Thee Stallion, I saw Sweetie, I saw Tay Money, Blueface, just a bunch of names. The whole lineup was just stacked. I found out about a couple new people too, so that was cool. Lil Wayne wasn't able to perform, but I still got to see him this summer. And yeah, it was just a good time. I've never been to Miami before, so it was pretty cool to check out like just what that life is all about. Went to like a club appearance night, and I guess if you're ever in the Miami area, you just need to go to Story. So I learned that. And then in June came Electric Forest, and I'm from Michigan, so Electric Forest has been happening for me since 2014. My friends and I all do the group camping, and if you're ever going to Forest, you should definitely do group camping. Like, everyone says that you should get the experience of doing GA and all that jazz, but like, if you can do group camping, do group camping. I think you need 25 people to secure a like group plot of land, but once you do that, like, you get it labeled with a letter and number and your group's name, and it's so easy to find your camp after like a long day in the grounds. Like, it was that alone, just like knowing where your camp is I'm sold. Because I remember doing GA, and if we didn't have like flags and stuff near us, it would be so hard to find your like camp setup or your tent in just this sea of massiveness. Knowing where you are, because you just have to like count down the alphabet and then count down your number to find your spot. July, it was a dry month. Probably went to a couple shows here and there, but didn't really do anything festival wise. And then August, I hit Lollapalooza, which is in Chicago, and it was my first Lollapalooza and also the first festival I attended alone. I never thought I'd be able to really do a solo fest. It just, I don't know, you like to have your people with you, but really, it was very easy. I was born in Chicago, so I had family there, so that really saved my expenses on travel and staying in like an Airbnb or a hotel. I didn't have to do that. And then it's not a camping festival, so I was going home every night, eating there. I didn't really need to eat at the festival. But Lollapalooza was fun. It's a multi-genre fest, and I loved it. Like, I got to see Janelle Monáe, I got to see Childish Gambino, I got to see Ariana Grande. Flume was there too, but I got a little too many drinks in my system, and I missed Flume because I'm a idiot. Oh my goodness. I will never forgive myself for that, probably. But yeah, I got to see a bunch of artists that I've never seen before, that I've always wanted to see, so it was awesome. I got to see a bunch of sets, like Said the Sky was there, Charles the First was there, like Closey was there. The EDM stage, Perry's, was awesome. Spent a lot of my time there, but also just jumped around to all the other stages. I don't know. I've heard lots of bad things about Lollapalooza, so I was kind of nervous when I went. I think it's an all ages event. It might be 16 and up. I'm not quite sure, but I've just always heard bad things about the younger crowd that's there. And it really wasn't that bad. And I don't know if that's because I was solo, so like groups of people felt uncomfortable coming up to me because I was alone and like it wasn't a group that they could vibe off of. I didn't have a bad experience with the younger crowd. I don't know if it's the vibe I put out, and so I just never came in contact with anyone that like was just too much or too out of control, but it just didn't happen to me. It was a great time, like honestly. I did meet up with a friend there each of the days, but for the most part I was able to just roam around and hit all the sets that I wanted to hit, and they were very just go with the flow and didn't really care who they wanted to see. Basically they didn't have like must-haves on their list aside from Janelle Monáe. And so it was a really good time. And also in August, at the end of August, was Breakaway Music Festival, and that was here in Grand Rapids, and that was the first festival I ever worked. So I'm on this performance arts go-go dance team, and we character roamed for Breakaway, and they've done it the past 2-3 years now, but this was my first time working it, and so that was really awesome. I've never done anything like that. We were colorful rainbow clowns one day, and then the next day we were like cotton candy princesses and unicorns, and it was just really fun to like vibe with the crowd, but then also be working, and then after we were done with our shift we could just attend the fest, and so that's when I met up with all my friends. That was super fun. Like it was awesome. I hope I'm able to do it again this year, so we will see. But yeah, that basically ended my festival season, August, and then September came and I had to go back to work, and then school was starting, and it was just, you know, got busy. But for Halloween I did attend a Nectar dark party. So Bass Nectar had his Day of the Dead Halloween party here in Grand Rapids, so I did the Halloween show, and then the next 2 nights, like, all my Forest fam was in town, so I got to hang out with them, but I didn't attend any of the Bass Nectar stuff because they expensive tickets. And you know, we're just, one night was good enough for me, you know? Came, we saw, we conquered. So yeah, that was really fun, and that was basically my festival season, and now it's almost February, and I am so ready for this new year to start giving me all the shows. January was such a dry month. Like, usually the local venue here puts on a ton of shows, but there just weren't that many in January or December really that I was really feeling. I went to Sun Squabby and that was about it. But these next couple months are going to be so show heavy. It's time to finish up all my payment plans with the festivals that I'm going to. And so far on my list I have Summer Camp, which is in Chicopee, Illinois, and that's like mainly jam bands. There are some like other names on there, but like Floozies are gonna be there, Pigeons Playing Ping Pong, Umphreys, Mo, Tipper. So I'm so excited. The last time I went to Scamp, I missed the Tipper set. I do this to myself a lot apparently. So I'm so excited. Scamp's gonna be awesome. That's in May. June we have Electric Forest again. So excited. I wasn't going to go, and then my friend was like, oh, it's the 10-year, it's gonna be so crazy, and I'm so here for it. A lot of people complained about the lineup. I'm not that upset. I'm hoping phase 2 does us really good. All I want is Skrillex. I just need to see Skrillex in the forest, and then I'd be okay. Or if I got Dylan Francis, because I love him. And then July, I don't think there's any festivals that I'm going to. And then August, we have Breakaway. Maybe I'll hit Lollapalooza again, but probably not likely this year. I think I'll just stick to Breakaway. Maybe I'll go to the Ohio one. Who really knows? It really all depends on if I work it or not. I think my favorite last year was I don't know. I loved Rolling Loud because it was my first time ever going to Rolling Loud and my first time in Miami, so the whole experience itself was great. But like, that's like, it was a lot of mosh pits, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting like a twerk fest. And so I think if I ever go again, it needs to be a girls trip, so then it's a twerk fest, because that is not what I got. That is not what I got. I don't know. My outfits for Forest last year were banging, and I saw a bunch of sets that were mind-blowing. Said the Sky, probably one of my favorites. Grammatic, incredible. Datura, In the Forest, at the Honeycomb stage, beautiful. I hadn't even heard of her until my friend said something to me one day, and he's like, no, you gotta go to the Honeycomb, check her out. But beautiful. So I don't know, there were just like moments that I liked of every fest. Quite possibly my favorite one last year was Lollapalooza. And I think it's just because I had the freedom to do whatever I want, whenever I wanted. There were a couple of times at Forest when I was trying to adhere to other people's schedules, when I should have just stuck to my own, because, you know, looking back on it, it wasn't worth it. I think Lollapalooza was my favorite, just because of all the different types of music I got to see that weekend. Some of the best moments that I can think of was at Forest. I was getting sick, so I had to like run away from my friends right before Odessa started, and I was so excited to see this set with them. When I came back, the field, like, the whole ground just, I don't know, engulfed with people. There were just so many people, and so I could not find my friends, and all of a sudden I hear someone call out, Naja? I'm like, who the heck is calling my name right now? And it was my friend Haston, and I was so happy because I was afraid that I was gonna have to see Odessa alone and just like cry by myself. But I got to have a good time with one of my friends that, like, the Forest just knows. The Forest is magical, I'm telling you. Like, it helps you run into people that you never thought you'd run into and like reconnect, and it was just really cool. It was a really cool experience and turned like my anxiety levels all the way down because I was freaking out that I was going to be able to find my friends. And then I found them right after the set ended. Like, it was great. It was great. My 2020 festival and EDM wish would be to go to Lost Lands. I hope it could work. I don't know. It's just so hard because September is like the time when I go back to work, and it's hard to get time off. But that would be the festival that I would really want to go to and really try to go to. It's only in Ohio, so it's a pretty short trek comparatively to other ones that go around. So yeah, let's manifest that right now. Lost Lands 2020. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching and hanging out with me, and stay tuned for more.